What's up, all of my movie fanatics out there? Welcome back. I'm the Jay Sloan, and I'm back here to do another video for you. Today's date is December 20th, 2019, and yes, we are closing in on Christmas, guys, and closing in on the new year, to be honest. 2020 is right around the corner, and it's insane. In case I don't get to make another video before Christmas, I just wanted to say Merry Christmas to everyone out there. Hope everyone's had a great holiday and got to spend it with their family and got everything that they hoped to receive. After all, Christmas is not about gifts. It's not about getting or giving, really. It's about family in my eyes. So I'm just going to leave it at that. Today I'm going to be doing another Movie Madness video, joined here in a little bit with Chris Brock. He's become like a regular host on these videos. Me and him tend to watch movies every other day through the week to talk and bullshit around through the movies, and it's pretty fun. Some of it gets filmed, some of it doesn't. So we decided to film another Movie Madness video for you guys. I don't know if he's going to shoot some clips. The last one that we did was Joe Bob's Red Christmas, which is really fun. I'm not sure how far apart these are going to be uploaded. Maybe a day, maybe a week, maybe a month. I'm not really sure. But we decided to go outside of kind of our comfort zone as far as our channels are concerned and talk about other movies. Now, in the past, I've talked about many different genres of movies. Everyone who watches my channel should know by now that it is predominantly a horror channel. I do collect mainly horror Blu-rays, DVDs, etc. But I do collect, I have a pretty sizable non-horror collection as well, and I enjoy more films other than horror, obviously. So I decided to watch, or we decided to watch two, at least one of them is in my top 20 favorite films of all time, and the other one is right up there, and it's two Cohen brothers films. Everyone knows the Cohen brothers. Either you love them, like them, hate them. You know the Cohen brothers. They're famous for the work such as Fargo, Spies Like Us, Oh Brother Where Art Thou, No Country for Old Men, and many more. And these two are my two personal favorites that they have done. I'm going to show the first one off. I'm going to save the second one till later. We'll get into some clips and things like that. But the first one is, of course, The Big Lebowski. This is one of the copies I own. I own multiple. Figured I would show this one off because of the steelbook and the White Russian and the Bowling Lane. Really cool steelbook and an amazing film. Now, some people get this film, some people don't. I've shown it to numerous people, and some people understand it, and some people just don't get the humor within it. I guess it just fits certain styles of humor. Mine, personally, one of the many, because this film, over the past 20 years or so, has really grown a cult following, and people seem to love the Big Lebowski. People either love it or hate it. Me, personally, I adore it, and it's been a couple years since I've seen it. So me and Chris are going to pop this bad boy in and watch it first, and I will show you the next one here in a little bit. It's one of my personal favorites. I actually saw the next one years before I saw The Big Lebowski, but nevertheless, The Big Lebowski, an amazing film, and one of my personal favorite films of all time. And yeah, so got some beer, got some food. I'm actually thinking about starting a new segment on my channel. I'll get into that, a little bit later, involving beer and movies, two of my favorite things. Love to drink beer, love to watch movies, so I wanted to kind of combine the two, and we'll see where that goes in 2020. Hopefully I can get some segments out there, and everyone seems to enjoy it. But I've rambled on too long. Let's jump into let's see what Chris is doing. Actually, he might be here now. So we're about to start one of the Coen brothers' best films. Like I talked about a little bit earlier in my intro, they're known for many. This is probably the most memorable, I would say, at least one that has the most cult following as the years have went by. And I'm joined, as I said I would be, by Chris Brock for another Movie Madness video. And what's going on tonight, Chris? How you doing, man?
Not much, man. Doing pretty good. Can't wait to watch this movie, man. The Big Lebowski is one of my favorite movies, probably of all time, dude. I love the sense of humor, and I love everything about it.
Yeah, I mean, I totally agree. Like I said earlier in the intro, not many people catch the humor in this movie. I've shown it to many people, and only a select few really understand the Big Lebowski. Don't really find it funny. Me personally, I think it's like subtle, and like the slapstick thing, but also it's just got a lot of. I mean, it's just, and the cast too really makes it what it is.
It has a really good cast.
Yeah. And the funny thing is, I know they've been asked, Jeff Bridges, Steve Buscemi, fucking John Goodman, they've been asked over the years, how much of this was improvised, and they said basically all of it was script. Like there was no improvisation. Like it was basically all what was written down is what they said and what they acted. So, I mean, in a film like this, you would think some of it was at least improvised.
Oh, yeah.
But the Cohen brothers, I believe, were writers and directors of the film. So, I mean, it's a testament to their writing that they can do multiple genres. I mean, they, Fargo, No Country for Old Men, Oh Brother, Where Art Thou, and then one we're going to watch here in a minute, which I didn't tell them what it was. It'll be a minute for them, a couple hours for us, but yeah, The Big Lebowski, all-time classic. I think the first time we actually watched this, or the first time you watched it, I think I might have seen it once before that, was here, I think. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, I think so.
And we just laughed from start to finish, and I don't think
definitely a great movie.
Yeah, I don't think we've watched it together since, so it'll definitely catch a few laughs. So I'm excited about it. What are you drinking tonight, Chris?
Just some soda, some water, stuff like that.
I've got the standard Bud Light Platinum. Y'all saw that in the intro. It's my go-to beer as of now. It always changes, so won't be the beer you see forever in these movie madness videos. But like I said earlier, I have some ideas for some videos moving forward, involving alcohol and movies, or beer and movies specifically. Which in 2020 we'll dive deep into that, and hopefully it does well for the channel. But I'm going to shut up now and going to cut the video, and we're going to go ahead and press play, and we'll see you guys back here in a little bit with some clips.
That's me whenever I get off work.
Yeah. We're a little less than half an hour into The Big Lebowski. Man, less than 30 minutes, and broke out laughing multiple times. This movie, dude, is just so memorable, so quotable. Never gets tiring. Like I said earlier, I think it's in my top 20 movies of all time. I would say at least top 20 for sure. Maybe lower than that, but love it nonetheless.
What is it, 5-year-olds or 6-year-olds?
12-year-olds, dude. I think it's what he said.
12-year-olds.
8-year-old. I was wrong. That's a better ass. Oh shit. Okay, so we've just met Jackie Treehorn in this amazing Coen Brothers movie. Still joined here by Chris. After rewatching The Big Lebowski, how many times do you think you've seen this movie before?
I think I've seen it about 2 or 3 times. Not a whole lot, but every time I've watched it, I don't know. So many memorable scenes, so many memorable quotes. I don't think I'll ever be able to forget the movie.
Exactly, and you said this was in some of your top favorite movies, right?
Oh yeah, it about have to be. It kind of has that sense of humor that I really like. And it's a movie I can turn on and it gets me in a better mood. I love the soundtrack to the movie too.
I agree, man. I mean, I think that speaks volumes about the movie that you've seen it 2 or 3 times. I've probably seen it. I don't know. There was a time where I didn't have any Wi-Fi or many movies when I moved out, and this is one that I took with me, so I've watched it quite a few times. But I mean, I think it speaks volumes when you've only seen something a couple times and it's in your top favorite movies. Like it's just so it's good. It's really funny. Every single scene has something to laugh about in it.
John Goodman is fucking amazing
as Walter. Yeah. Jeff Bridges does an amazing job.
He does as well. And then you cannot forget Donnie, probably the best character in the movie.
Steve Buscemi's character. Oh my goodness, man. We had a little laugh on that just a little while ago.
Oh yeah.
But I'll leave that at that. But yeah, we're I'd say, well, let me see how far we are into it so far. We're an hour and 20 minutes, hour and 57 minutes long, so, or an hour and 57 minutes long, so it's not, doesn't have too much longer left, but the movie just kind of zooms past, and it's almost a 2-hour movie, which is crazy. Yeah, got some food here. Went and warmed some food up. Some more food. Got a fresh ice cold beer here. I've been awake now because I had to work really early today. I've been awake, let's see, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, or 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 16 hours and counting. So, I'm tired, but the Cohen brothers are definitely keeping me awake, and can't wait to move on to the next one. But this will probably be the last clip for The Big Lebowski, but I don't want to undermine the film, and you know, there's so many great moments that have not been shown throughout this movie madness. But if you haven't seen The Big Lebowski, I urge you to see it. I'll talk more about it in the review at the end, but I urge you to see the film. Chris, any last things on The Big Lebowski before I cut this?
Just pretty much what you said, man. If you've not seen the movie, check it out. You might really enjoy it. I know that me and Jordan did quite a bit.
Oh, yeah, man. Apparently there's like a religion now.
I heard about that.
The dude.
Oh, my Lord.
Religion. So it's got a literal cult following now.
Yeah.
Love this movie, guys. Going to cut it here. We'll see you back, and we'll reveal what movie we're going to watch next here in just a little bit. Okay, so we've just finished watching The Big Lebowski, and now we're on to the final film in this little Coen Brothers double feature that we had planned. And if you can't tell what it is by the screen, it is Raising Arizona. I'll show you the case. Nicolas Cage, Holly Hunter, John Goodman actually is in there as well. Always loved this one. One of my personal favorite Coen Brothers films. Kind of go back and forth which one I like more, The Big Lebowski or Raising Arizona. This one I actually watched first, and I've seen this one many, many times since I was a kid. An early Nicolas Cage performance where I feel like he balances out sort of like the crazy and the contained Nicolas Cage that we've come to know. He's taken some very very questionable roles. He's a good actor, but I feel like he's an over-the-top actor in a lot of things as well. But does a really good job in this as well as Holly Hunter. I don't know, just a unique story, unique premise. It's a comedy, but it goes back and forth. It's very offbeat and uncentered at the same time, and always loved this one. Raising Arizona. Chris, what do you think about this film?
I've seen it about once or twice, and I remember liking the movie, but it's been a while, so I'm really excited to watch it again. Kind of, it's not that I don't remember the movie.
Mm-hmm.
It's just, I don't know. I guess a part of me doesn't remember it, where it's been such a long time ago. But from what I can remember, I did like it, and I can't wait to watch it again, because this will probably be my second time. I think I've probably only seen it one time.
Yeah.
So can't wait to give another rewatch.
I think I remember that time too, and that's been 5-6 years.
Yeah,
it's been a long time because we watched it together. One of the first times we ever hung out and watched movies. This was one. I don't know why I wanted to show you this movie. Probably because I do love the movie. I don't think I've seen it since then. Honestly, I don't think I've seen it. Wow. So it's been 5 or 6 years for me too. Yeah, so I'm excited to dive into it. It's definitely a Coen Brothers classic. We'll see you guys back here in a little bit with some clips, and let's get into it. Okay, so I'm back here still watching Raising Arizona. Got this chase scene that I've always loved here. Just awesome. Always loved this scene. Always loved this movie. Not sure the time here. I don't know how much longer we have left to go. I'd say we're at least 35 to 40 minutes in by now, if not longer. I think Chris actually fell asleep, so I think it's just me up right now, finishing this Coen Brothers double feature off here. I have, it was a really long day at work. I was up before. I was up when it was still dark outside. Before 7 o'clock, I'm going on 18 plus hours of being awake, and I'm a little tired after working all day. So I'm gonna try to stick it out through the remainder of the double feature here, and yeah, guys, and hope everyone enjoyed this movie madness. It was something different, non-horror related, which is, I mean, horror is my favorite genre in film, but outside of that, I have a deep love and admiration for many genres in film. Period, which you guys know if you've seen my DVD collection, Blu-ray collection, etc. So. Yep, Cohen Brothers, good place to start. There'll be many more movie madness videos, horror included, and everything outside of horror as well. So, yeah, guys, I'm going to end it here. This is just such a great scene. If you haven't seen Raising Arizona or The Big Lebowski, check out both of these films immediately. So it all starts when this rude Asian American pisses on the dude's fucking rug. And that is the start to a very, very out of control, wild and wacky, and unfortunate week for the dude, Jeffrey Lebowski. Now, I'm not going to spend too much time talking about the movie. I think me and Chris summed it up in the clips that we shown. We really love it, really adore this movie in our top, picks. I will just briefly talk about the synopsis a little bit, and it's basically following somebody who's literally careless in every aspect of their life. The dude, somebody who relaxes and does nothing around every corner but bowl, get stoned, drink White Russians. I mean, that's basically what he does. And it follows him and his little group of friends. Walter, obviously played by John Goodman, and Donnie, played by Steve Buscemi. And it, like I said, these two goons break into his house, mistaking him for Jeffrey Lebowski, a millionaire. He is another Jeffrey Lebowski, and his rug is defecated upon. And he tries to go to the rich Jeffrey Lebowski and, demand a new rug, and he gets kind of looped in with Jeffrey Lebowski's young wife who gets kidnapped, and it's all a big game, and it's really back and forth. It's so funny in its own ways, very like slapstick kind of comedy. A lot of points, if you don't see it, you won't get it, and I mean a lot of people haven't that I've shown the film to. From start to finish, this film zooms by. It doesn't feel slow. You don't feel the length of it, and it's almost a 2-hour movie. I mean, it's got little characters in there, like Jackie Treehorn. I can't remember the guy's name, but he was in Roadhouse. You have Sam Elliott is the drifter, I guess, or the cowboy. I don't know what his name is in the script. I mean, you've got some really good acting in there, and it's all around, to me, a perfect comedy. I don't think there's one bad thing about the movie, whether it be writing, directing, acting, so on and so forth. And this was an early introduction to the Coen Brothers for me. I'd seen Raising Arizona, which I'll talk about in a minute, but this one, I fell in love with it when I first saw it, and I don't really know what else to say about it other than it's a classic and I love it, and the dude abides. Okay, so Chris is here to join us on the review segment of the Movie Madness videos, and he's not usually here at the end, but he's here with us, and he's going to give his review on The Big Lebowski for you guys now.
Alright. Well, I'm going to try to do mine a little shorter, but, Lord, that's hard to follow you up on that. I pretty much agree with everything Jordan says. I love this movie. I can watch it anytime in the day, any day in the week. I mean, really, I'm never really in a mood where I don't want to watch this movie. To me, it's very funny. It is a certain sense of humor you have to enjoy the movie, but I guess I have that because I find it fucking hilarious. Memorable characters, great acting. The movie's so quotable. I'm really having a hard time thinking of something that I don't like about the movie. And, it has a cult following. I mean, there's literally a religion because of the dude. I mean, a movie's good when they create a religion over a character. So, I mean, check it out if you haven't seen it. I definitely recommend it. It's one of my favorite movies of all time.
So, Raising Arizona is another Coen Brothers film that takes many twists and turns throughout its duration. In the beginning, we meet a guy named Hi, who's played by Nicolas Cage, or H.I., and we learn pretty quickly that he is the world's shittiest robber that you could ever be. He robs gas stations at one point. He's in and out of a grocery store, and he's just terrible at his job, basically. He's in and out of jail within the first 20 minutes, probably 10 or 15 times. And that's where he kind of feels like it's his second home, so it doesn't really bother him until he meets the woman of his dreams, played by Holly Hunter. And she's kind of like a law-abiding citizen. She books inmates as they're coming in and out, so she's a cop. She works in the jail. And their love starts to kind of blossom right there in the jail. I mean, as many times as he comes in, that's when he sees her and he compliments her, and she slowly falls for him, and he's head over heels for her. He gets out of jail, seems to turn a new leaf after they get married, and working a 9-to-5 job, doing the best that he can, not to go back to his old life of crime. And everything seems to be going great for the two, except she wants something that he cannot give her, and that is a baby. That is until they see that Nathan Arizona, who is this big car dealership owner, has just had quintuplets, and they want a baby. And all of the desire for a child leads them on a road to dirty diapers and bad decisions. And this is one fun fucking movie, man. I love this movie, always have. I love Nicolas Cage's performance. It's really restricted and constrained to be Nicolas Cage, but it's still, he's got his over-the-top moments. There's a badass bounty hunter in this movie that's hilarious. Fight scenes that are hilarious. John Goodman and William Forsythe in it's amazing. They crawl through a fucking sewage line to get out, and they play really well together. Everything from start to finish with Raising Arizona is a blast for me to watch, and that's why I've seen it so many times. And I actually introduced it to Chris many years ago, as we said earlier in the video, and I just never gets old for me. Never gets old. It's one of those Coen Brothers movie. I love another thing that I love about it is the title sequence. It doesn't happen until about 10 or 15 minutes in, and the way it happens is just perfect. I love the dialogue, writing's great, directing's great, setting is great. Yeah, not much more you can ask for from a Coen Brothers film for sure. I'm gonna hand it over to Chris and see what he has to say about Raising Arizona.
Well, gentlemen, ladies, I'm not gonna lie. As we was doing the movie Madness, I fell asleep during this movie, so I can't really add too much to what I was saying previously. The last time I watched it, I enjoyed the movie, and I have to try to give it another rewatch and actually stay up this time. But from what I can remember, I think it's a pretty enjoyable film. Again, one I want to check out when I'm not a little bit tired.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely recommend it. From what I seen last time when I watched it, which has been quite a bit ago, I remember really liking it. And Nicolas Cage, he's a good actor. I really like anything he really does. Well, I can't really say that. There's been a few questionable movies, but
yeah,
especially his early stuff, I think is really good. So definitely check it out.
I agree. And I guess we're going to go ahead and wrap up this Movie Madness video. That was the Coen Brothers Movie Madness. Had a blast watching The Big Lebowski and Raising Arizona. It's always fun to get in the call, watch a couple movies, and just bullshit around throughout the movie. Like I was saying, and I think I said this in the Red Christmas video, me and Chris watch a movie or two or three sometimes, at least every other day of the week.
Yeah.
A lot of it's not filmed, some of it is, but we watch a shitload of movies and we talk, and it's kind of like a ritual now that we do. But whenever I get a wild hair up my ass to film it, that's when we have our Movie Madness videos, and usually it's horror related. But this one I thought would be fun because I love both of the movies, and I thought the clips would be pretty interesting. So I want to thank Chris for joining on the Movie Madness. Maybe the next one that we do, we can kind of keep this going where he gives his review at the end as well. I like that because he's as big a part of this as I am when it comes to Movie Madness, as he's been in most of them now. So yeah, Chris, thanks for joining on the Movie Madness, man.
Thank you for having me, man.
And yeah, I guess we're gonna end it here, guys. And I will see you guys in the next video. comment, and subscribe. And as always, guys, keep it horror. Peace.